When you buy a used saltwater boat, you inherit the previous owner's habits. Every skipped oil change, every hasty wiring splice, and every piece of deferred maintenance becomes your problem the second you leave the dock. If you are boating out of Tampa Bay, you cannot afford to inherit those problems. This is a notoriously wide and shallow basin. A typical 15-knot afternoon sea breeze turns the open bay into a washing machine, generating a tight, aggressive 2 to 3 foot chop that beats down lesser hulls. If you try to escape that chop by cutting corners outside the marked channels near Apollo Beach, your margins disappear entirely. The eastern shore is guarded by unforgiving mud and seagrass flats that get dangerously skinny, especially during winter negative tides. In this specific punishing environment, a sudden loss of power or a dead electrical system isn't an inconvenience you can laugh off. It is a serious, immediate liability. The answer to that anxiety looks exactly like this. Offered for sale is a heavily equipped, turnkey 2022 Parker 2501 center console. Parker built this hull to handle aggressive water. It slices through tight chop, using a sharp 21-degree deadrise, keeping the passengers dry. Once you arrive at your spot, the massive 9-foot 6-inch beam provides an incredibly stable platform that resists rolling. Excellent factory specs do not protect you from poor maintenance. What sets this specific vessel apart is its current commander, an Air Force veteran. Because of that background, we are not going to evaluate this boat with a standard casual walkthrough. We are going to look at it through the lens of military discipline, running an aviation-grade pre-flight checklist of its readiness. Applying strict, uncompromising order to a marine environment removes the guesswork. It turns a used vessel from a gamble into a predictable, reliable asset. Starting with avionics at the helm. This image shows a flush-mounted dual Garmin network. These screens act as the tactical brain above an organized switch panel, processing advanced radar and sonar data for high-definition targeting and mapping. For positioning, the bow is equipped with a 36-volt Minn Kota spot lock trolling motor. This allows the boat to hold perfectly still over a shallow flat or an offshore wreck without ever dropping an anchor. If you want to see proof of military-grade discipline, look at the electrical core. This photograph of the battery bay shows 4 strictly wired marine master batteries. There are no rat's nests here, no loose wires, no corroded terminals, and no DIY splices. A perfectly organized electrical bay is the ultimate indicator of a boat's overall health, proving the owner adhered to a zero-shortcut maintenance philosophy. Moving to propulsion, the transom bracket holds twin Yamaha 200s, an F200 XCA, and a counter-rotating LF200 XCA. These engines are equipped with precision digital fly-by-wire controls for instant, smooth throttle response. These power plants have been strictly logbook maintained. The aviation mindset means every 100-hour Yamaha service interval was executed exactly on schedule, treated as a mandatory checklist rather than a loose recommendation. This digital Yamaha interface shows the exact usage: 427.0 hours on the port engine and 426.2 on the starboard. Tracking the hours to the decimal provides an entirely open book history for the buyer. The airframe carrying all this gear is Parker's heavy-duty, commercial-grade fiberglass hull. Beneath the deck sits a massive 156-gallon fuel tank for extended operations. Combine those meticulously maintained outboards with a rugged hull and a deep fuel reserve, and this vessel is fully cleared to push 20 to 40 miles offshore into the Gulf of Mexico. The boat is outfitted with a highly versatile payload. It features twin live wells, a high-capacity stern fish box, telescoping outriggers for trolling, and a Laporte center console curtain to protect the crew from sea spray. That versatility opens up heavy business potential. Operating under a standard USCG 6-pack license, this exact setup serves as the perfect blueprint for a high-margin charter operation out of Apollo Beach. Because of its rugged hose-and-go build, an operator can run a bait-heavy grouper charter in the morning, scrub the decks down in 20 minutes, and smoothly pivot to a clean, comfortable sunset cruise along the downtown Riverwalk. The asking price of $129,000 includes the boat and the custom 2023 Owens & Sons aluminum trailer. But more accurately, it is the price of total predictability on the water. That predictability is locked in by the ultimate risk mitigation factor, the transferable Yamaha factory engine warranty, which remains fully active through 2028. A factory can build a great boat, but a truly reliable offshore machine is forged by the discipline of its captain. This Parker 2501 has been protected, respected, and kept in strict fighting shape, and it is standing by for its next commander.